Hello everybody, welcome to the World Monologue Games Regional Finals. You are watching the Tigers category. These are our best under 12 performers from the regional finals. So we have had many hundreds of submissions here at World Monologue Games, and what we have done is in the qualifying round where the actors make their submissions, we've sent them all out to our judges, got their ratings back, and what you're about to see are the highest rated performers from all of those who submitted. We are running 21 different shows across 6 categories at the regionals, and the Tigers are on this weekend, so right now obviously, and tomorrow and Sunday. So I hope you look forward to seeing those. Just a few little bits and pieces before I hand over to our talented young performers. So at World Monologue Games, you do sometimes see the same performer in a show more than once, and that's because they have made several submissions and the judges like them more than once. You might see different performers using the same monologue script because we've let people pick whatever they want to perform. So that is what it is. And even though these are the young performers, there is a bit of content that is a little bit more on the PG side than the G side. So do please note if you've got some youngsters watching that there might be that sort of stronger performance, content. Sorry, nothing too hectic though. As our viewers, you get to vote for your 2 favourite performers at the end of the show. I will come back on once the performers are done and explain a little bit more about how that process works and publish a link to the voting form that will be open for 48 hours. If you'd like to support the event, then please give us a like or a subscription. Leave a chat message if you're watching live. I can see a few people in the chat. Hey guys. And leave a comment if you're not watching live and show the performers a little bit of love and support. All right, that's enough preamble from me. So everybody, I hope you are ready to enjoy the World Monologue Games 2022 Regional Finals Tigers category.
I don't have a mother either. She's in heaven with my baby sister. But that doesn't mean I can't talk to her. I talk to her all the time. And I know she hears me because that's what angels do. My mum is an angel, and yours is too. With beautiful satin wings, a silk dress, and a crown of baby rosebuds. And they all live together in a castle. And do you know what their castles are made out of? Sunflowers, hundreds of them, so bright that they shine like the sun. And when they want to go anywhere, they just whistle, and a cloud swoops down to the front gate and picks them up. And as they ride through the air, over the moon and through the stars, until they're hovering right above us. And that's how they can look down and make sure we're all right. Sometimes they can even send messages. Of course you can't hear them with all the noise that you're making. But don't worry, they'll always try again, just in case you miss them.
Dear, how queer everything is today. And yesterday, things went on just as usual. I wonder if I've been changed in the night. Let me think. Was I the same when I got to? I almost think I can remember then a little different. But if I'm not the same, then who in the world am I? Sure, I'm not A for her goes in such long ringlets. Mine doesn't go in ringlets at all. And I'm sure I can't be made for I know all sorts of things. And she knows such a very little. Besides, she's she and I'm I, and oh dear, how puzzling this all is. I'll try if I know all the things I used to know. 4 times 5 is 12. 4 times 6 is 13. And 4 times 7 is... No. Oh dear. Let's try geography. London is the capital of Paris, and Paris is the capital of Rome, and Rome is the capital of... No, that's all wrong. It must be me after all. No, I've made my mind about it. If I'm able, I'll stay down here. It'll be no use putting their heads down and saying, come up again, dear. I shall only look up at them and say, who am I? Then, tell me that first. Then, if I like being that person, I'll come up. If not, I'll stay down here till I'm somebody else. But oh dear, I wish they would put their heads down. I'm getting so very tired of being all alone down here.
I had some cheese sandwiches for the day, and Mum sent me off with a barley sugar too. I was so happy. It was going to be a good day. But all Mum said as she left was, be a good boy. She never said anything about me not being home for bedtime. The lady who took us was nice, but I was too panicked about Mum. I watched the countryside go by in a state of terror. Finally, we arrived at a village called Iron Bridge. A scullery maid called Nancy took me to a big house. She said the lady who owned it was nasty. It scared me half to death. I just wanted to go home, even with the bombs falling, because being home, it would make everything alright. I was allowed to write to home, but the old lady would check everything I wrote to make sure I never complained once about her. But one day, Nancy snuck out and posted a letter for me telling Mum everything. You'll never guess what happened the next day. Mum barged past me and Nancy to the old woman and gave her a right telling off. With that, she grabbed me and my things, and we got a train back to the city. I'd never been so happy to go home as I was on that day.
Here, miss, I've just completed the worksheet just as you asked. I did calculate it to 5 decimal places. I hope you don't mind, but 1 was a little too easy and I whizzed through it pretty quickly. If you don't mind, can I read my astrophysics book while I wait for the rest of the class to catch up? Miss, I don't know what's wrong. I tried to do as you asked. I answered the question. I checked the question. I extended my answer. I used my knowledge. Isn't that what you always want? Please, miss, I didn't mean to be rude. Look, this has got maths in it. Here, I'll show you. Miss, I know I'm different, but I still need to learn. I'm sorry. I didn't mean, but isn't school for learn? I'm sorry, miss. I won't do it again.
Dude, you'll never believe what happened to me today. It all started when I woke up this morning. You know, I usually press the snooze button about 4 or 5 times, but today was different. When I heard the alarm, I sprang out of bed and said to myself, today is going to be a great day. I don't know why I said it, but I was feeling great. I got in the shower and found myself humming a cool song I heard the day before. When I was combing my hair in the mirror, I noticed that not only was it a great hair day, but my skin seemed different too, alive and glowing. And no, it wasn't that new acne cream I've been using, it was life. So instead of dragging around, I threw on my clothes and headed out. When I got on the bus, the girls seemed to look at me differently. I thought maybe it was the confidence or the hair. But then I thought, who the heck cares? They were looking at me. So I smiled back at them and they giggled. So I was on top of the world. So I went and got a seat in the back of the bus. And then it came to me. I had a presentation due in first period. I wasn't about to let that ruin my day. I knew the material and I was on a roll. Later on that morning, walking down the hallway, it was like a movie. Almost every group of girls turned to look at me. It started to become really spooky actually. My next thought was, with my luck, I should be playing lottery. So I walked to my first period class and sat down. It was almost like I could feel Jamie, that hottie, staring at the back of my head. It felt great. And of course, with my luck, I was called up first to read my presentation to the class. So I casually strolled up to the front of the room with a gleaming smile. I actually winked at this girl who snickered at me in the front row. Man, was I getting bold. Just as I was getting ready to start my presentation, the teacher called me aside. I thought I'd gone too far with winking, but I decided not to lose my cool, so I casually strolled over to her to receive my reprimand. Dude, when she started talking to me, I could feel my stomach drop to my feet, like I was on a fast roller coaster ride, and I could feel my face turning as white as a ghost. It was like the whole day flashed before my eyes. Well, I thanked the teacher anyway, turned away from the class, swallowed my pride, and zipped up my fly.
Remember that place we used to go to? I can't remember the name. The one with the tall trees that felt like we were tiny ants. And that long path. It always used to smell like it had just rained on a sunny day. You and Dad used to run ahead and hide. You'd jump out at me and Mum. Mum would always say, that's our lightness to our darkness. Whatever that means. Those ham and cheese sandwiches with those orange crisps. What's it? That sushi you used to have. I never tried it, so I don't like it. I'm a fussy eater. If only I could be you for one day. The highlight of my day? Chatty Cathy. She's always in the mailing room. People send cards. Strangers send cards. Saying, well done, I'm so proud of you. They don't even know me. And that stupid song with confetti. How the heck is that supposed to make me feel better? If there was only a day where I could go anywhere I want and be anyone I want, that's where I become a butterfly.
Hello? Hello there. I'm Tinkerbell. Oh, didn't you recognize me? By my beautiful wings and bells. I belong to the famous Peter Pan, and I have come all the way from Neverland. I've left the Lost Boys on their own. I can only guess what cheeky tricks they're up to. Well, I'm here with a special message. Listen, please. This is important. Something terrible is happening. It's awful. Horrible.
Unthinkable! I'm here because someone out there doesn't believe in fairies. Yes, I know, it's shocking. Is it you? Or maybe you? Or even you? Well, I'm here to tell you all about fairies. We are really real, with real feelings and real hearts. We bring fun, laughter, and magic into the world. Every time a child laughs, a new fairy is born. So there has to be fun and laughter in the world for children. Trouble is, kids are just too busy these days. They have too much homework, watch too much TV, and play video games all day. Would you help me spread the word? Would you please? Wonderful, thank you. Just say after me on the count of 3. I do believe in fairies. Ready? 1, 2, 3. I do believe in fairies. Oh, come on. You can do better than that. Everybody this time. Nice and loud. 1, 2, 3. I do believe in fairies. Excellent. Thank you.
Your Honor, my name is Harper Johnson, and I live here in Santa Ana, California. On the 22nd of March, 2021, my life as I know it changed. It changed when Miss Callahan hit me with her car while I was riding home from school. Now, I don't remember much about that day, and I've not been back to school since. But what I do remember is waking up in the hospital 2 weeks later with tubes coming out of me. And I remember the doctors telling me and my mom that I needed to go to rehab for 3 to 6 months. I will never forgive you for what you did to me. You stole my health, and with that, part of my future. You know, the lawyers told me that you sent 2 texts before you hit me with your car. That you faced between 7 to 11 years for what you did to me, and I hope those texts were really life-changing for you and important, because they were for me. I'm not too used to numbers. 350. That's the total number of days I was in a hospital and rehab away from my family and friends. 159. That's the total number of therapy sessions I had to go through just to be able to eat, talk, and walk again. 18. That's the number of painful surgeries I had to endure. And 1. That's the helmet that the doctors had saved my life. They told me that if I wasn't wearing it, that I wouldn't be here today. And instead you'd be facing manslaughter charges. Now I've sat in this courtroom listening to you cry and ask for forgiveness, but I do not believe your tears. And I do not think they should earn you any leniency for what you did to me. I cry daily over this. Do you? My tears do not earn me any leniency for my pain. If you were sorry, you would have driven off. If this was an accident, you would have made sure I got help, but you didn't. Instead, you left me laying there bleeding. You're sorry someone wrote on your license plate. You're sorry the police tracked you down. You're sorry you got caught, but you were not sorry that your actions changed my life. You're sorry that they're not changing yours too. Your Honor, I ask that you keep Miss Callahan accountable for actions that they should not just change my life, but hers too. Thank you.
My table came to life. It started with the legs off the table. They moved first. It was so quick, and I had to blink really hard a few times to make sure that my eyes weren't playing tricks on me. But then it happened again, and I was like, what the heck is going on around here? But then it moved. And I remember staring directly at the table. It was a coffee table, a glass coffee table. And the glass that sat on the legs of the table opened up, and teeth came out like a shark, and it started biting the air, and the legs became fully animated, and it was a monster. And this monster table wanted to eat me. It wanted to eat me, and I would not allow that to happen. So I ran, and I grabbed the chair, and I smashed it. I smashed it. I smashed the glass coffee table monster. Because the monster wanted to eat me, and I wouldn't allow that to happen, so I had to kill it before the monster eats me.
Did you wait long? I was just in the market. Wait, what do you mean? What do you mean? No. This can't be true. How? No, not dead. I don't believe that. No. How can this happen? How? I don't get it. Why? Wait, so this is all a joke? I can't believe you joke about this. Where is it? It's my only tablet now. Remember, you broke my other one and you did not even pay for it? Have I told you you're the worst? By the way, you promised that you'd replace it. And you said, if I guess right, you're going to replace it. And my guess is that you're not going to replace it. And I was right. So, replace it. Wait, if you replace it, well, just replace it. You know what? Don't talk anymore. I am never ever going to talk to you unless you tell me where my tablet is. Yes! Not even for that? Wait, what is that? Black pink tablet case? With Lisa's autograph? You're giving it to me? Have I told you you're the best?
Mom, it's not my fault my room's a mess. Me and Anthony were playing with this new toy cars, only 4 of them, and this weird noise outside, and we opened the window, and this huge spaceship landed, and this slimy green alien with 3 heads jumped into the window, and Anthony tried to shoot him with my zapper gun. But that didn't work at all. It just made him really mad. So he knocked all the books off my shelf. And he picked up my toy box with his long purple antennas. And he threw it all over my room. So I threw a frisbee and it bonked him on his 3rd head. And he slimed out of the window. And the spaceship disappeared in the sky. Geez, Mom, you should be happy I'm still alive.
My parents are so mean. They won't let me have a phone. Don't they realize I'm the only 6th grader that doesn't have one? Even Dustin McLeod has one. And he's a 4th grader. It's so embarrassing. They are ruining my social life. And all the other kids at school laugh at me. And don't they realize a phone is also important for my safety? Like, what if a giant alien tries to capture me at the park? I could call the police for help. And don't they know they can track me wherever I go? Like, duh. Isn't my safety super important to them? I need to come up with a plan. Convince them I need one. Specifically, an iPhone 13 and 4 screen. I'll be a responsible child who show them that I can take great care of such an expensive and important device for my safety. I'll be the perfect child. I will clean my room, I'll do the dishes, I'll do my laundry without even being asked, and I'll play with my bratty little sister. I'll change their minds. I have to, or else my life will be forever ruined.
Mum sat me down and told me what it would be like to be a big sister. She told me that I would have a little person who would look up to me and love me just for being me. That they would follow me around and love me. I would be this amazing person to them. And that didn't sound so bad. Actually, after a while, I got used to the idea. When Mum's belly grew, I started to feel excited. I read him stories so he would know the sound of my voice. I played him my favorite songs too. It was time for my baby brother to finally arrive. And I was actually excited. So excited. I couldn't wait to see him for the first time. I waited patiently at home with my auntie, choosing our favorite names and guessing what they would call him. Finally, the phone rang. No one said anything. I couldn't understand what was going on. I just knew everyone was so quiet. They named my brother Alex. So today, when Mum came home from the hospital, I gave her a big hug and cuddled by her side for what seemed like forever. She hardly spoke. I made her a cup of tea with honey in it, just how she likes it. I sat quietly beside her. I looked into her eyes and said, "I'm so sorry. I know how excited you were about Alex. I was too."
Hi, I'm Tandy, the world's best tantrum thrower. Thank you, thank you. Today, I will instruct you on how to deliver a perfect tantrum, and I will share with you my top secret tantrum, guaranteed to work every single time. Don't believe me? Just watch. How to deliver a proper tantrum. Number 1, cry. Number 2, scream. Warning, cover your ears. Yeah! Number 3, wave your hands in the air and stomp your feet. Number 4, shout, "It's not fair!" Number 5, thrash your arms and legs on the floor. Number 6, keep doing it until you get what you want. But you have to be prepared to continue as long as necessary. Commitment to the role is vital. Now it's time for me to show you my world's best top secret tantrum, guaranteed to get you chocolate cake. Trust me. Hi, Mum and Dad. I want chocolate cake with chocolate vegetables for dinner tonight. And don't tell me I have it every night, because that's not true. Sometimes I have chocolate fondue. I don't want vegetables. I hate vegetables. I want chocolate cake. And if your parents say no, you know what to do. Want me to stop? Really? Are you sure? I thought so.
I can't believe this. I'm locked out again. After all I do for her, following her around the house to keep her safe, and bringing her gifts that I have hunted for her. And yet, she chooses to keep me locked outside of this door. I could sit here, I could meow for hours, knowing she's right inside. But rarely does she open the door to me now. Perhaps it's because I take a special interest in some of her plants. But I think that they're rather nice against my fangs, and surely she would understand. I mean, I see her do something with her teeth. It must be similar, right? But when I try to do something with my teeth, I get shooed out. I've been her protector ever since I came here. If only they would try to understand. When I walk to the door, that is clearly a sign I no longer wish to be here. But she waits for me to sit and beg like some kind of dog. Although I guess she could be useful for some things, like bringing down the jar of the magic tasty food and cleaning out the old poop box. But other than that, honestly, I could live alone. I used to run outside all day and night before I came here. Now I'm forced to stay inside, just watching the nature that I used to prowl. So when I ask for things like to be let into a room, I expect a little more pep in the step, especially since they have turned me into a protector. Oh, don't even get me started on those things they call dogs. Big, wet, smelly, and there's 2 of them. They're the bane of my existence. I will not make friends with such oafish creatures. I will stick to my own and keep yelling at the door, hoping one day she'll let me in. Again.
Hey babe, tell me what you wanna be. Float your mind and listen to the beat. Rockin' to the ladies, you're so fortunate free.
Alrighty, that was the Tigers category, Australasia and Canada and the United Kingdom. A huge congratulations to all the performers. It's great to see the young talent. Well done. Yeah, huge achievement to make it into the World Monologue Games regional finals and just do such a great job. Well done. Okay, so wow, now what we have to do is vote. Well, you don't have to, but you can if you are watching live or within 48 hours. Otherwise, you can't. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to make a change to the description of the video here on YouTube. And there is now a link to the voting form published there. So if you are watching live, you will need to refresh your screen and then you'll be able to see that link. You can select your 2 favorite performances from this show. You would have seen there were a couple of performers who had a couple of pieces in, so you can pick both of those pieces from those performers if you liked. You get 2 votes and you can vote for whoever you want. And after 48 hours, those votes are closed. We also have judges who are tuning in to the event, and we will announce the winners on Wednesday at 8 p.m. Sydney, Australia time. So there will be 4 judges' choice and 1 viewer's choice from each show going through to the global finals. There are 2 other shows in the Tigers category. So we have one tomorrow evening at 8 p.m. Sydney time and the final show on Sunday at 8 p.m. Sydney time. that is probably all for me, other than to say that we do also have our youth category next week. It's our last category in the regional finals. So do tune in for youth. And other than that, I will say good night. Have a good one. Hope you enjoyed the show. Congrats once again to our young performers.